Jest jasna deklaracja prezydenta, że nie
There is a clear presidential declaration that there will be no signature on the ambassadorial appointments of Bogdan Klich and Ryszard Schnepf, directed to the United States and Europe respectively. Why is the Foreign Ministry overlooking the President's prerogative in this matter? Let's take a closer look.
Ministerstwo Spraw Zagranicznych.
Pan minister Radosław Sikorski.
Minister Radosław Sikorski wants to recall Ambassador Pilecka, who is a younger relative of Romisz Pilecki, from the embassy in Lisbon, but very much wants to send as Polish ambassador Mr. Schnepf, whose father, along with the Soviets, participated in the Augustus manhunt against Poles.
Bardzo chce wysłać.
Ryszard Schnepf is headed to Rome, where Ambassador Anna Maria Anders has already completed her mission. There has been even more excitement about Bogdan Klich's candidacy for ambassador to the United States.
Człowieka, który był ministrem obrony.
The man who was then Poland's Minister of National Defence when the President of Poland died in a plane crash on a Polish government plane. The guy who was then in charge of the Polish military. They want to send to the United States. After all, it will be one big wretch. As long as I am still president for these 14 months, I will never sign this ambassadorial appointment.
Te 14 miesięcy nigdy nie podpiszę tej nominacji ambasadorskiej.
The foreign minister responded on social media. I declare again that if Law and Justice has proof of Senator Klich's involvement in the Smolensk assassination, then he will not go to the United States but to detention. On the other hand, I remind you that for following procedures, Law and Justice politicians accused the pilots of cowardice and Klich gave a medal. Who was right?
Był jako minister obrony.
Mr. Bogdan Klich is one of the key people who are suspected of obfuscation in the investigation after the Smolensk crash. And it was the first days after the disaster that were key to gaining knowledge.
Tego dochodzenia.
Foreign Ministry appointees clearly symbolize the government's policy, which the president cannot agree to.
Takiej
Confrontational reality, the only independent centre of power that the president represents. It is also an obvious omission of the presidential palace in foreign policy. This is an unprecedented situation that could result in the downgrading of Polish representatives in the world. But it's also an attempt to bypass the president's constitutional prerogative. This is a clear violation of the Constitution, which clearly states in Article 131 about the presidential prerogative as well as the Foreign Service Act. In addition, it is dangerous to the image of Poland in the world. The government seems to have forgotten the interests of the Polish state in this matter. Edyta Hołdyńska, TV Republika.